bell begins on Capitol Hill. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
The Senate will proceed to consideration of the articles of impeachment against Alejandro N. Mayorkas, Secretary of Homeland Security.
But senators may not serve as jurors for very long. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer proposing to allow some debate on the impeachment articles as Republicans push for a full trial.
And they're going to make points of order that they want to have Alejandro Mayorkas, the Homeland Security Secretary, answer some of these impeachment charges. There's a couple of different proposals that were propounded by Mike Braun, Republican of Indiana, also Mike Lee, Republican of Utah. And if they try to put some of these motions forward here, Chuck Schumer will probably move to table or dismiss.
Fox's Chad Pergram on the Hill. President Biden now backing the House Speaker's new plan to advance aid to Israel and Ukraine.
The president says he strongly supports a House package to provide aid to Israel and Ukraine, along with humanitarian assistance to Palestinians in Gaza and bolster security in the Indo-Pacific. House Republican leaders have unveiled a series of bills totaling about $95 billion for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. Votes are expected Saturday evening. In a statement, President Biden urges the House to pass the package this week and the Senate to follow up quickly to send a message that the United States stands with our friends and won't let Iran or Russia succeed.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. Back-to-back hearings on Boeing safety, with lawmakers hearing company whistleblower Sam Salpour's concerns about the manufacturing process.
I have analyzed Boeing's own data to conclude that the company is taking manufacturing shortcuts on the 787 program that may significantly reduce the airplane safety.
This as investigations continue over recent incidents involving other models of Boeing jets. The company is denying claims about a toxic environment of retaliation against employees. America is listening to Fox News.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
The U.S. Supreme Court just made it easier to challenge an unwanted transfer to another job.
The High Court says even if your pay isn't cut or you're not demoted, showing that you've suffered at least some hardship is enough to seek a job discrimination claim. The justices used the St. Louis police sergeant's case as a basis. Sergeant Tanya Muldrow was moved from a plainclothes intelligence post to a uniformed supervisor because a new boss preferred a man in her job. She sued, citing Title VII, which prohibits discrimination based on race, gender, religion, and nationality. The lawsuit, dismissed early on in lower courts, was revived by the justices unanimously. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
City agencies in Denver, including the police department, are losing money to help fund aid and shelter for migrants.
Denver Mayor Mike Johnston announced a $90 million aid package to help address the migrant crisis here in the city. And some of the money to help fund it will come from Denver police. Now, the flow of migrants to this city has actually decreased recently, and the mayor has reduced services for them and gotten some blowback for that. But in order to pay for their aid and shelter, every department across the city will see a budget cut. Denver PD will lose $8.4 million from its budget, or about 2%.
Fox's Alicia Acuna. The Denver mayor says the cuts will not mean fewer officers on the street, though it does restrict filling open positions. Newly arriving migrants are now limited to 72 hours in a Denver shelter. The Chicago City Council expected to vote today on another $70 million for migrant services, as some residents and city lawmakers warn local concerns, including efforts to combat gun violence, are not being addressed. An hour to the close on Wall Street, stocks turning lower. The Dow's down 44 points. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
Good afternoon. I'm Andrea Drake with your local and regional news from the Sierra Radio Network newsroom. Here's what's happening. Lassen County seeks to favor commercial business and get away from its outdated area plans. In an update to the Board of Supervisors, Planning Director Maurice Anderson said he feels there's an obligation to be relevant and timely, recommending now's the time to make the necessary changes. Anderson stated this is only the first bite of the apple, detailing the significant effort it will take the county to finalize and update the plan, adding that it would span across 2 to 3 budget cycles. It will also carry a hefty price tag, with bids ranging from nearly $500,000 to $1.2 million. Anderson detailed that when the plan was originally drafted in the 1980s, the county was focused heavily on industrial expansion. Yet that was during a time when the mills and timber industry were sustaining the area. Anderson said he does not see more industry moving in, but recommends rezoning the updated area plans for commercial growth, opening the doors for more businesses. Areas to be focused on include the city of Susanville vicinity, Johnsonville, Richmond, Gold Run area, and Lake Forest. Due to the significant differential between those bids, the supervisors, after unanimously approving to move forward with the updating of the area plan, asked Anderson to bring back the item once staff has a recommendation on whom they believe the project to be awarded to. County Council did stress that there will be heavy public involvement as the process proceeds. Plumas County recently commissioned an independent review of vested mining rights for the Ingalls Superior Mines, a contentious topic in the county. Best & Krieger, a prominent law firm, undertook this investigation and posted its findings in a detailed memo on Monday. That memo addresses a request by the mining company and U.S. Copper Corps to shed light on 5 determinations, including mining history, vesting rights, extent of mining, continuity of those rights, and the intent to continue mining. While the review acknowledges evidence supporting certain aspects of that requested determination, it also raises concerns about gaps in proof, especially regarding the continuity of mining rights and the intent to continue. BBK's analysis suggests insufficient evidence, however, to establish those vested rights for the Ingalls Superior Mines, posing a significant challenge for U.S. Copper Corps' mining aspirations. This development signifies a setback for the Toronto-based company, as it potentially lacks the legal basis to sustain mining activities on the property. Without those vested rights, the company may encounter hurdles in obtaining permits or negotiating agreements to continue their operations. The memo's release does mark this crucial moment in the ongoing debate over mining rights in Plumas County, with implications for both the mining industry and environmental conservation efforts. As stakeholders assess these findings, the future of mining in the Ingalls Superior Mines hangs in the balance. Per Planning Director Tracy Ferguson, the request for a determination of vested mining rights for the Ingalls Superior Mines is scheduled to go back before the Plumas County Zoning Administrator on May 8th at 10 a.m. at the Plumas County Fairgrounds within the Mineral Building. There will be an opportunity for continued public comment. The Bureau of Land Management is making it easier to explore geothermal energy on public lands. We'll have more details, though, on this story coming up and more local news on 93 JDX 1240 KSUE.
Senator Lassen, Patient Access Services, is working hard at making healthcare easier so life can be better. Our staff provide prompt and accurate registration to get you to services quickly. Our emergency department staff work hard to make difficult events less stressful to get you to the care you need. In scheduling, staff are answering and making calls for needed services in a timely and efficient manner. In the business office, questions you have are handled with expertise, providing an excellent experience. PAS is making constant improvements to make your experience a better one and provide you with exceptional care.
Susanville Supermarket IGA is distinctively unique, just like the community they serve. When you shop IGA, it's a shopping experience with a promise of neighborly service from people you know and trust. And with quality IGA products, you save even more.
Where it's the Mega Meat Sale at your hometown IGA. Table tender bone and pork shoulder roasts, $2.97 a pound. Chicken drums or thighs, $1.37 a pound. Top sirloin steaks, $4.97 a pound in the family pack. Italian squash, 99 cents a pound. Fuji, Gala, Granny Smith, and Red Delicious apples, $2.99 per 3-pound bag. Barilla pasta, selected varieties, 2 for $3. And Best Yet ketchup and mustard, 2 bottles for $3.
And look for their latest in-season magazine, available in-store and online with recipes, dietitian tips, how-to videos, and more. Open 7 days a week starting at 5 a.m. Online shopping and super fast curbside service available. Go to SusanvilleSupermarket.com.
How do you give hope to a child in the foster care system? It starts with your heart. That tug you feel in yours when you hear that children are waiting for a stable, loving voice to speak up for their best interests. And then it becomes your time. What started out as a feeling that maybe you could make a difference becomes the difference. Change a child's story. There is a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Spring has sprung, and that means it's time to plan for your summer road trips. With Carlson's Tire Pros by your side, your vehicle will be ready to see the mountains, beaches, and everything in between. With Carlson's Tire Pros' full line of Michelin tires and products, you'll have the peace of mind to hit that road no matter what you drive. Visit in-store in Susanville or online at carlsonstirepros.com. Tire Pros. Love the drive.
1211 local news on 93 JDX 1240 KSUE. The Bureau of Land Management is making it easier to explore geothermal energy on public lands by adopting 2 existing rules from other government agencies. These rules will speed up the process for reviewing and approving proposals for geothermal exploration. Officials highlight that geothermal energy is a clean energy source from heat deep within the earth, and by using these streamlined processes, the BLM hopes to encourage more geothermal energy projects, which could help move the country toward cleaner energy. Under these rules, certain activities related to geothermal exploration won't need as much environmental review, making it quicker to get permits. However, if a geothermal project moves to the development stage, more environmental analysis will be required. The BLM notes that because geothermal energy is abundant, especially throughout the West where the BLM has authority, they are able to manage geothermal leasing on nearly 245 million acres of public lands where the energy could be a source to heat buildings and operate greenhouses and aquaculture operations. You can learn more by visiting the BLM's website. To bolster wildfire prevention and enhance safety measures, PG&E has invited those living within the Lassen County region and neighboring Tehama and Shasta counties to participate in an upcoming virtual webinar set for April 24th. This event aims to shed light on PG&E's ongoing initiatives to mitigate wildfire risk and fortify its infrastructure for enhanced safety. The webinar, slated to run from 5:30 to 6:30, will feature presentations by PG&E experts offering insights into localized wildfire safety endeavors and the company's progress within your communities. You will have an opportunity to engage with PG&E representatives as well, including Regional Vice President Joe Wilson, who will be on hand to address your questions and concerns. You can access that event by phone or through PG&E's official website. And that is what's happening today from your only local news radio, keeping you informed and connected to your communities throughout Lassen, Plumas, and Sierra counties.
Northeast California weather.
And at 12:13, here's a look at your 3-day northeastern California weather, currently at 56 degrees outside the studios here in Susanville. We are expected to see highs peak right around 68 today under sunny skies, remaining mostly clear overnight, lows down to about 36. A warm up for your Thursday, highs near 71, overnight lows back into the lower 40s. And Friday, mostly sunny skies, highs warming up to the upper 70s with a look at near 80 degrees by this weekend. All your weather updates are heard right here throughout your day, as well as while you're on the go through our app, Sierra Daily News. And also found on our website, SierraDailyNews.com, our obituaries provided by Fink's Funeral Home. All new announcements will be heard here each weekday following your news at noon. And here is today's announcement. On Tuesday, February 7th, Herb Walters passed away at the age of 84 at his Eagle Lake home. Herb is remembered as a loving husband, father, brother, grandfather, and great-grandfather. At Herb's request, no funeral services will be held. The family will have a celebration of life at his Eagle Lake home on Saturday, June 15th, between 1 and 5 p.m. Anyone wishing to honor Herb is welcome. If you do wish to make contributions in Herb's name, those can be made to the Stones Vanguard Volunteer Fire Department. You can learn more about the life of Herb by visiting again our obituaries page found at SierraDailyNews.com. Those are your noon updates for this Wednesday afternoon. Of course, we'll have more local news coming up on Live at 5 with your hosts Amanda and Aaron, wrapping up this Wednesday here for you. And also, we're really excited about our all-new Sierra Daily News mobile app that has debuted this month. It's making access to all of our broadcast and digital content even easier for you. You can look for those fun new contests happening, opinion polls, notifications going out with breaking news, and much more, along with our live streamed news and talk and JDX Country. So now you can catch us on the air and heard everywhere, wherever you go, with the all-new Sierra Daily News app. You can download it on Apple and Google Play stores. From the Sierra Radio Network newsroom, though, I'm Andrea Drake. Thanks for joining me with your news at noon. Stick around, because your checkup on health is coming up next. Then more of Sierra's Best Country on 93 JDX and Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela on 1240 KSUE.
Sierra Central Credit Union is proud to partner with local worthy organizations with over $100,000 annually donated to worthy nonprofit causes, countless volunteer hours from staff and board service. Sierra Central does what it can in the local areas we call home. Want to see our areas of giving? Check out sierracentral.com/community today. Become a partner and discover the advantages of joining a credit union who partners with your community.
Providers and staff at Northeastern Rural Health Clinic would like to remind you to schedule your annual wellness exam. Seeing your medical provider for regular checkups and lab work helps to better manage health problems and even prevent many health problems. Most insurance will be covered for the full cost of the exam. Call today to schedule your annual wellness exam. If you are a patient at Northeastern or Westwood Family Practice and have no insurance, ask about our sliding fee and discount lab programs to see if you qualify. Call Northeastern Health Clinic at 251-5000 to schedule your exam today. That number again is 251-5000. A service of Northeastern Rural Health Clinic, where quality health care is your choice and our commitment.
Check up on health with Chris Whitting.
Next time you have a doctor's appointment, here are some useful tips from Elizabeth Coleman, MD, a medical oncologist at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City.
The first and foremost thing is if you're anxious and you're worried or you feel like you can't advocate yourself, bring a personal ally with you, a friend or a family member, to be there for you and take notes and bring your questions. Secondly, in our complicated healthcare system today, know who the players are. Does it include a nurse or nurse practitioner? Make sure you ask your doctor, how am I going to receive information? When will you get back to me? What's the appropriate way to communicate with you? And who will be communicating with me? I also say, if you don't like your doctor, don't stick it out. Move on. This is one of the most important relationships you will have in your life. And the better you have a trusting doctor that you feel comfortable with, the better care you will have overall.
With Checkup on Health, I'm Chris Whitting.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Don't worry, we got you covered. More of Fox Across America coming up on KSUE Susanville. As if Trump was somehow running the Klan his whole adult life while he hosted the highest-rated primetime show on NBC. You know, the channel that owns her network.
Oh, wow.
Do you understand? Trump was there, working in that tent for 15 years. He entered politics, and everyone in that tent was like, this guy's literally Hitler. I'm like, well, Hitler's paychecks are getting signed by the same guy as yours. Okay, it's all performative